How does Texas bounce back? As we will get the answer underway here in Austin. Washington will take it, and look at Mike Washington. Mike Washington finally run down by Michael Tapp, and what a start to the day for the Hawks. You want explosive plays, play number one.
Well,
third and 9. Green being chased back by Simmons, escapes him, turns the corner, and then tries to throw the ball away. It was Trey Moore who undercut him. 51-yard attempt. And that is extremely well struck by Starzyk. The season has gone along and why it has happened. And immediately it is indeed Wingo. And Wingo takes it ahead for a gain of 9 yards.
otherwise he might have scored, and they're doing it again.
And quickly out to Mosley. Mosley has been a nice addition to this team.
See C.J. Baxter there, his backup. Both of these guys will get run.
Manning being pressured, steps up in the pocket, goes downfield, and it's a touchdown to DeAndre Moore.
One thing Steve Sarkisian's so good at is setting things up, and that fake receiver screen just froze the defender for Arkansas long enough to allow the speed of Moore to get behind him, and a beautifully accurate throw by Manning.
Here is Green off the play action. Wide open downfield is Platt. Jaden Platt with the big play.
People don't like tackling.
And Russell is in concussion protocol. Ronnie Hill spiked a fever and tail in. Green, that's exactly what he can do when he catches a seam. First down hard. And he strikes it well again. And Arkansas responds.
Hard to run between the tackles against Arkansas.
Quick strike by Arch to Wingo, and when Wingo just gets a little bit of space, he bursts right up the field for a first down. Not on the field right now, third down and 5. Manning. That is 5 straight completions to open the game as Emmett Mosley continues to impress as the season goes along. On third and 4 for Manning and the Horns. Again, a completion. This is Endres, his outstanding tight end, and Manning is 6 for 6 to start the game off. And they have him out there for second and goal after the Texas timeout. Here goes the trick play, and it's right into the hands of Arch Manning. It was Parker Livingston with the touchdown pass to his good buddy, Arch.
This is a perfect place in the field to run this as well. You see Sorry there, number 10. He realized a little bit too late. Uh-oh. I let the quarterback get behind my eyes. Some trickeration early. We saw a touchdown pass to DeAndre Moore on a fake receiver screen before hitting the post. And now they dial up the trick play down in the red zone. As you take a look here from the progressive pylon cam. Nice little job of Arch Manning going up and climbing the ladder.
Guy right there has 9 sacks on the year, number 2 in the SEC. 3rd and 8 for Green. And he is able to get it complete to Omega Blake for a first down for Arkansas. Players, when you're sitting there at 2 and 8, 0 and 6 in the league, but it's been a good week of practice as Washington puts down the shoulder and goes right into the end zone. He just trucked Michael Tapp.
You have got to be able to control the edge. Look at the Georgia Tech transfer, Corey Robinson, working against Ethan Burke. He's able to get that block, and there's the big back running right through a second-team All-American and Michael Tapp on his way to the end zone. Intercontinental or heavyweight championship belt, Joe. Last 2 games, they've got a new starting 5 up front. That's really made a big difference.
They go with the Tapp to Wingo, and he turns the corner and spins his way for extra yardage. Look at the fight out of Ryan Wingo framed up against Kenai Walker.
They moved him to left guard. His backup center, Robertson's been playing really well. It's paying off.
Made a big difference. Arch was talking about that this week. Here's a shot downfield. Wide open is Livingston. A touchdown catch for the guy who threw a touchdown pass. Parker Livingston.
Here, that's who you're watching. They're running a seam, and this is the touchdown here. But at the top of the route, you're going to see this player is going to take the inside slant. That's Miguel Mitchell. He's got to stay up and be in position. It's a big coverage bust.
Green goes over the middle. It's a first down to Sharp, and Sharp takes it past midfield.
And that's
last week against LSU. He has 6 yards on the season, and he is now their running back. Green on 2nd and 10. Oh, Rohan Jones was left wide open. 3rd down and 5 for Arkansas. Incomplete. Well, Fowl was chasing Taylon Green.
And a big decision now for Bobby Petrino because Texas is just scoring touchdowns.
Defense. Number 24. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
A late flag, and it is defensive holding. Taylon Green weaves his way into the end zone. It's 30 points per game this year. And it's that kind of game we have here in Austin. It's already 21-20.
Just back and forth, but the defense is now doing a much better job.
Oh, man, that was close. As this bounces inside the 5. And DeAndre Moore is going to field it and take it out from there.
Taking this thing out. The rush comes right up the middle of the field. Is able to get it off, and at this point, you know, if you're Texas, you're just let that thing run into the end zone, let it go out for a touchback, and DeAndre Moore decides to try to get some extra real estate back, but
8-yard line. Oh, that's batted back into the end zone, and smart to just knock it down. It was Danny Saili who was right in the face of Arch Manning.
Well, Saili knocks this thing down, and it's probably a good thing for Texas, because I think Julian Neal at corner might have jumped this slant and maybe turned this thing into a defensive score. Saili, the transfer from BYU, 315 pounds. He's lost 50 pounds, had a bit of a body transformation.
3rd and 10. Arch, a yard into his own end zone, wants another deep shot, and it's incomplete.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 23. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Well, that's back to QB.
3rd and 8. They back off and yet still get a little pressure on Arch, who goes downfield and gets it complete to Wingo. What a big play between Arch Manning and Ryan Wingo for a first down, Texas. Of having a gap year where he worked at FedEx. And he adds the 44-yard field goal. Manning to open up the second half with time to pass, and he gets it complete to Mosley, and Mosley drags defenders all the way past midfield. Manning, as he connects with Endres, who has it at 1st and goal, Texas. A big play from his dynamic tight end. Here's Manning on the run. Into the end zone goes Arch. So he has 2 touchdown passes. He has a touchdown reception. And now a touchdown run. And Dad is all smiles.
Right guard, DJ Campbell pulling and kicking out on Phillip Lee. Great block there. And that gives Manning an opportunity to weave his way through. You know, at 6'4", 220 pounds, he's like a big running back, essentially, down inside the 5-yard line. You can run attitude downhill runs with Arch Manning and bounce.
They run option, the pitch to Washington, who is chopped down. Good play by McDonald. Katie, similarly against ultra-talented teams where he has done just that. Here is 2nd and 13 as he's able to connect with Rohan Jones, but we bring it up. The Texas A&M game has gone up to increase their margin. Washington, great down the line defense from Colin Simmons as well as Malik Muhammad. 3rd down. Green, what is he doing? It's an interception. It is McDonald on the return. Talon Green got caught up and just shot put it in right to Jelani McDonald.
It's McDonald. So he's trying to get this to the tight end at the end of this play. This is just going to be a zone read right here. Anthony Smith knocks it loose, and that's what Arkansas had been avoiding all game long. We've seen this script over and over again.
The all-purpose players in the backfield now motioning out. Looks his way for a moment, then goes downfield, and wide open is Wingo. Inside the 10, 1st and goal, Texas. After the interception, 3rd and goal. Manning looking to extend the play, backed up to the 22, survives it. Arch Manning, touchdown. What a day he's having. DeAndre Moore again. Check in with Katie.
Well, Tess, Talon Green's been grimacing in some pain on the sidelines. He's been grabbing both his hamstrings, stretching them out. Meanwhile, Bobby Petrino let him have it. He said it was an easy catch and run. What were you thinking? Backup quarterback KJ Jackson was seen warming up behind the bench. He's set to take over, guys.
As he gets Washington out of the backfield, and Mike Washington striding his way beyond midfield a week ago. 3rd down and 7. KJ Jackson in for Green. Jackson going to try to run for it as the pump fake got his man in motion, the would-be tackler, and Jackson utilizes that to move ahead for a 1st down. Loud and rocking stadium here in Austin, and 3rd and 12. And just eaten up that time was Raylan Sharp. And a flag comes down as Ty Smith came in with a hard hit.
Personal foul, targeting, defense, number 26. That play is under video review.
Big day for Arch Manning, the first SEC player with a passing, rushing, receiving touchdown the same game since 2014. The targeting call was upheld, so Ty Smith is ejected from the game.
Yeah, forcible contact to the head or neck area of a defenseless opponent gets upheld.
They drop 8. Pocket collapsing as he went with a shallow cross to Shanks. And it'll be 4th down. 1 and 33. And he punches that right through. So a couple minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter.
Arkansas still very much in this.
So Talon Green on the sideline as Arch wants more, and he's able to get it as he goes downfield and connects with Parker Livingston.
Parker Livingston just ran right by Kenai Walker, throwing it down the field.
Career high 359 yards to this point for Arch Manning. 3rd down. DeAndre Moore, touchdown, Texas. That is 3 receiving touchdowns for Moore. Jackson on 2nd and 10. Good catchable ball easily into the arms of a wide open Rohan Jones. Jackson pressured, Simmons strip sack, and would you look at what the Longhorns are doing here with LaFau bringing it all the way back.
Just can't hang on. When this ball comes free, it just goes right into the hands of LaFau, and I thought receiver C.J. Brown might get a tackle right there. Then he got the big fellas out in front on the convoy. Great job finding open field. And he takes it in, and Pete Kwiatkowski, the D coordinator, he loves it. Oklahoma and Vanderbilt and Texas A&M, in terms of strength of schedule, that's pretty good.
Here's Blake on the slant, and that's out the midfield. Look at the full schedule here, Jesse.
If Texas can be physical in the trenches, I think they've got a real shot to win that game.
Everybody's going to be analyzing that game all next week against A&M, who has elite talent, as to, I mean, both those schools, the way they've recruited and acquired talent fast, so smart, knows the defense inside and out. And with Hill out, you have to have that kind of a guy. There's a completion to Blake. Jackson trying to extend the play as stays on his feet and dives into the end zone. Great athleticism and awareness by K.J. Jackson.
Nothing open downfield. He runs right by Trey Moore. He breaks another tackle by Amozolo right there. Is able to get in the end zone.
As Arch Manning still in there here in the fourth quarter. As Wisner on the carry. Let's go through some of those names there that Pete is putting forth. Alex Golish has been an excellent head coach.
You could buy whatever you want.
Yeah, Northwest Arkansas has some titans there. As that's a good, hard run.
I think having this result today, I think is really big for Texas heading into that game.
This is Mosley as they set up the screen, and he will have a first down.
And Mississippi State is a very good team. Ask Texas about that.
Having called the Egg Bowl myself, I would tell you the loudest and arguably most underrated rivalry in all of college football.
Playmakers making big plays in big games.
As Sharp has a good play, and we mentioned it earlier. K.J. Jackson trying to finish strong, and they do with a touchdown to Jaden Platt with 16 seconds remaining. Then to your point,
tonight you got to come back to work early next week, though, ready to lock in to face what right now is the number 3 team in the nation in Texas A&M.
52-37 on the best day that Arch Manning has had in his college football career.
You want this, you got that. No way, watch them walk right past you. Run fast while you have the chance. Don't speak, let them look right at you.